Hi guys, back again with me Austin from A Boy at Heart Abba. Today I'm going to share with you my experience on Hasbro Star Wars, the vintage original trilogy collection, 3 3/4 inch scale or 1/18 scale Han Solo. Alright, this is not new by any means. This figure was released I think around 2004, and fast forward now 16 years later, I think it's still one of the best Han Solo in this scale. And don't worry, Minon card collectors, I know you guys want to keep it in the package, and I happen to have, ta-da, a spare. Alright, well, I'm not actually accustomed to this. Normally I open every of my figures, but for this particular Han Solo, I purposely have a spare, right, because I really like it. So without further ado, let's take a quick look at the packaging. This is the vintage style card with the extra protector. I'm not sure what it's called, protector case, something like that. The original trilogy collection line there. So this is, they say it's kind of a sub line or something from the OTC line. There's an open window of the figure, and Solo looks very nice. The shot from the movie, from I think A New Hope. And let's look at the back there. Well, nothing much. It's just celebration of Star Wars trilogy, blah blah blah. This is the retro figure, and then this is the other figure from this line. Yeah, we have Luke, Leia, and Ben Kenobi, and others as well, right? So it is still one of my favorite Han Solo. I like Han Solo, then this is the fairy figure that still is in my display, my reference Han Solo in the scale, in the smuggler uniform. So without further ado, let's take a quick look at the figure itself. Alright, so this is the figure up close, and as you can see, I think the strongest point of this figure is that it captures pretty much the look of a smuggler Han Solo in such a small scale. And this was even before the photoreal technology. As you can see, it looks nice, the nose, the mouth, I mean even the part here on the cheek, it looks awesome. It looks like the actor in such a small scale. That's why I like this figure so much. The hair is okay, it's painted in kind of dark brownish. I'm sorry that I have to say also that this guy has been in my display for a while now. It's not really, it may not be as represent the actual condition of the figure out of the box, because it might be a little bit dirty here and there, and then but pretty much it's a very cool figure to have. The shirt here, as you can see, the coloring here is a bit kind of greenish compared to the one on the shirt here. This one is better, this one kind of dirty, I'm not sure why. The face here is molded, so we cannot take it out. It's there, but that's okay. Sometimes you don't really need to take out everything, right? But it's good enough. And then I like the wrinkles on the shirts here and there, and on the face, nice little details here. Okay, the belt is on a separate piece. I think you can take it out if you take off all the joints in the body. You can take it out, at least the waist here, because as you can see, it moves. It's a working holster, by the way, very nice. I like the small detail, metallic details on the back there. The small device on this side, as always. The metallic paint is nice, and of course again the working holster, right? It's supposed to connect to this strap on his thigh, but I like this better because it doesn't hinder the articulation that way. We have the pants, the kind of stripes on the pants with I can feel the texture there, nice. And the boots, of course, as usual, cowboy style. Well, I'm not sure if it's cowboy style, but it's a nice boots. Yeah, just normal plain boots. All right, so again, this is my favorite part of this figure, the hat, which I wish they could have done. They could have used this to the other version of Han Solo, because unlike Luke have many versions of good Luke Skywalker, but Han Solo sometimes the hat is not really good. For example, even here, compare this. This was released years after this. This was the trench coat Black Series, which is also a repack of the previous releases. But look at that, it cannot even be compared. Even the skin tone this one is nicer, much nicer than this. Even if you want to compare something that's a little bit different, is this. As you can see, this is the 6-inch scale version, but it doesn't even compare to this. I mean, this still has the better look of Harrison Ford, of the actor, through this small form. That's why I really like this figure a lot. Of course, it has limitation or weaknesses. For example, the blaster here is good. It's a working accessories. You can hold it on his hand nicely. But the problem is, and the size is okay actually, it's quite solid. A bit rubbery on the tip because you might bend it due to the, sorry about that, focus, due to the position, being positioned, placed inside the holster for a long time. But for the most part it's solid, and the size is just nice enough. It's quite I think quite good, but the paint is only black, right? But of course, if you're like me, you collect many Han Solo, you can just find any other blaster which is better than this to complement this good figure. So normally I display him with this. This is not from this figure, is from, I think, a hot version of Han Solo. It is the same size, okay, same size. Of course, sometimes the DL44 blaster came with different size sometimes, but this one is, the thickness is good, and also it has a little bit of detail. You have dark brownish handle part here, and then you also have silver kind of metallic paint on the tip here, and it fits nicely to his hand. Yes, his palm doesn't have a trigger finger like many figures today, but I think it looks okay in my opinion. And notice that his hand here is angled to a certain way, which is okay by me. It looks great. Same here. It's also a gripping. There's also a gripping palm. Focus. It's also a gripping palm. Yeah. So again, this is a nice blaster to have, and you can always put it in the holster. So this is my display blaster with him normally, because I think he deserves a better blaster. But if you want the original one, you can always have the black one. It fits to his hand as well. Right, it holds nicely, and you can always put it back in his holster like that. For the articulation, the head is on a ball joint, as you can see, a bit downward, a bit upward, side to side, turn it around 360. The arms is on what are the kind of a joint that we have today, so you can move up that much. You can angle the hinge to the back that much, and you can always turn it around 360. The elbow, you can bend this much. Let's see this side. You can bend it this much. This is better somehow. Let me see, there's something weird here. Anyway, all right. So, okay, Be careful not to turn this one upside down. You have bent this much on the elbow. You can also do this, okay, which is weird. Yeah, we don't need that, but we can always turn it around. It doesn't have the hinge, but instead, oops, focus, instead we have rotation here, which is sufficient. And again, it is angled, his hand is angled to a certain way there, which is okay. All right, this one here as well. Rotation here, just up, a little bit upward to the belt, so we can have full rotation. Now this is also the weakness of this figure because it has old articulation points. As you can see, it doesn't split. It does best to do the front kick and back kick this much, right? So it's good that this Han Solo can actually do a sitting position in the Millennium Falcon. I think that's what it does the best for. All right, and then the knee, you can bend this much. You can turn it around 360. Below, yeah, it doesn't have rocker ankle, but it does have downward and upward movement a little bit, and it has rotation. All right. Okay, just to add a little bit, we can actually do this with the knee, but it's weird, right? Anyways, there. So let's measure him up. He's also very easy to stand, which is cool. Okay, this Han Solo stands for roughly around 9.8 centimeters, around that. Okay, so it's a bit more than 3/4 inch. Let's compare him to several other figures. This is the Black Series Jawas. Okay, this is the trench coat Han Solo. I got it from the Black Series version, the black red box version. So yeah, which is a repackage as well. This is the old version of Han, also from the black red version box of Black Series. Okay, just to compare with several re-released the TVC figures. This is not the TVC version though. This is the Black Series black red version as well, but yeah, also here Jyn Erso, so Cassian and Jyn Erso, they are being re-released. Oh, interestingly, this Han Solo needs to be bigger than him. I think so, isn't it? I don't know. He needs to be bigger. I think I might be wrong though. Anyway, just to compare, I've shared some of these guys on my previous videos, so please check them out. Please do so. Yeah, this is compared to a Black Series also version of 3CPO, which is really cool. You can take out all the armor piece. What else do we have here? This is compared to a Rebel Hot Trooper. Yeah, please check on my previous video as well. It's really cool. What else? Okay, just to compare with a different different line from the same company, from Marvel Universe. This is Professor X. The line is kind of dying now. Not sure whether they will revamp the line since Marvel Legends is doing really good. Anyway, this is G.I. Joe from the same company as well. Normally these two lines are slightly bigger, although they are more into 4-inch scale in my opinion. This is compared to Acid Rain, one of my favorite figure line. Yeah, normally Star Wars is smaller. And of course, lastly, this is Rey, also from the Black Series black red box, which is also being re-released with the, I think, new face or new head, new face. But this one is okay, good. This one is good enough. This is usually my go-to Chewbacca. This is the black series version of Chewbacca with the roaring face, which is cool. Right, that's one of my favorite Chewbacca. And also, this is also a black series, the Black Red Box Chewbacca from 2015, I think. And what's interesting is that the body mold that being used here is from the VOTC line, the same line in which this Han Solo is being released. It's just repackaged into this Chewbacca. So it depends which one you prefer to accompany him, but I like both. Okay, so to conclude this, this is again, I think I've said this too many times, but this is my favorite Han Solo, which is why I have two of him in the scale. Does it need an update on the face? Probably. If they can re-release him in with the photoreal technology, I'll be more than welcome. Does it has limitations? Certainly, the articulation is outdated for sure, but for the most part, it is sufficient, I have to say, to represent Han Solo in your collection, in your diorama. For the most part, it's a good Han Solo, and you can always sit him within the Legacy Millennium Falcon. It's nice. Okay, so yeah, thanks guys for watching until the end. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell. And you can always contact me through Instagram. Ciao.